Hey guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel or Facebook, depending on where you're seeing this video. I know I look like trash. That's because I feel like trash. But I felt the need to maybe try to force myself to get up from bed and make a video. To make a really weird story short, I fell out of bed about a month ago and I broke my knee. I went to the hospital. I also broke a couple ribs. Yeah, I broke a couple ribs and I fractured a lung. Apparently, you can do that. And all in all, it kind of sucks. But it wasn't that big of a deal because the whole knee thing, it like really didn't hurt. So it was kind of odd. I was actually there for 4 days before they before they rayed my knee because I was like, there's something really odd about my knee. Like it doesn't really hurt, but it feels like uh, excuse me, it feels like it could be dislocated or something. So they did an X-ray and they said there was like a tiny fracture, like the size of a thin hair. So it really didn't need to be casted or anything else, and it was fine. And they gave me some meds and they sent me home. 2 weeks later, my dumb ass decided it would be a great idea to try to get into my wheelchair from my bed a new way. Because, if you're new here, I can't walk, and that's why I'm super special and one of God's creations. Look at me. I'm shining. Anyway, my idea was that I get on like a sheet and my mom pull it up and pull it into my wheelchair, and I wouldn't have to push down on my knee because you're not supposed to do that. So I was halfway up, and she gave it a little yank, and somehow I somersaulted, backflipped, kickflipped, karate kicked, whatever the fuck kick it was, off the side of my chair over the armrest onto the floor. I twisted my knee in my chair and I landed on the floor in utter agony, feeling like I was going to die. So the paramedics came. They gave me laughing gas to get me into the ambulance vehicle or whatever. Um, so they did that, and it was all fun and games, and they like turned into clowns or some shit. And they put me on the stretcher, and it still hurt, and I never passed out because my insomnia is so strong. Even laughing gas can't knock me out. Um, yeah, they took me to the hospital and they did another x-ray and they said, you know what, your knee's the same. You did nothing wrong. It's fine. No new break. It's exactly how it was. Here's some Percocets. Go home. Well, the following couple weeks were hell. I could barely move. I could barely breathe. I could barely cough. I could barely do anything because everything I did would hurt. And it still kind of does. So I had an appointment with orthopedics about 5 days later, and I was in so much pain I couldn't go because they would not take me there by ambulance, and I would have to get up in my chair and somehow get to a bus stop and get there. And that wasn't going to happen. So I waited another week, and it was a little tiny bit better. And I got there, and that was today, and I had my appointment. Um, anyway, the appointment was interesting. He did an X-ray. He said my knee was basically completely healed, so nothing to worry about. The problem was the pain was coming from the back of my hip and like my pelvis or something. And it's because I broke it a long time ago, many, many years ago. And it created severe arthritis. So when I fell, somehow it activated that arthritis, which is why I'm in severe pain. So, what's going to happen is next Thursday, I'm going to get like a 12-inch needle shoved through my leg into my joint, and it's going to inject something called like cortisol or cortisol or something. As you can see, I'm a scientist. And it's going to, if it works and doesn't paralyze me or kill me, keep the pain completely away for 6 months to a year. And, I said, there's risks. Sweet. I love risks. I take risks all the time. I take risks when I drink 20 drinks at the bar and drive home. Or I take risks when I see a curb and I think, you know what? I can probably drive my chair down that. So, I'm a risk taker. It's no big deal. Big freaking deal. And you know what? Hopefully it works. So next Thursday I'm going to go get those injections. And maybe I'll be pain-free. I don't know. But I've been laying in bed for about 3.5 weeks. And it is absolute mental torture. Like, to the point where you kind of want to kill yourself. Or hurt yourself with cookies. I don't know. That was probably against YouTube guidelines, but who cares? To be honest. But if that works, I'll be pain-free, and I'll be back, and I'll be making some amazing videos. But you know what? Even if it doesn't work, and I'm in pain for the rest of my life, and I'm just suffering, and wishing it would just all end, I'm still going to be making videos, so don't worry about it. I just wanted to make a video about that, and, I've been really depressed today for some reason. I got to the point where I thought that maybe I didn't have emotion anymore. There was a moment in my life that happened when I was a kid that I actually saw someone die, and it was a family member, and after that, I was just devoid of emotion. I felt nothing. And that's a scary thing. Like, I would feel sad, but like I could not cry at all. And just all of this, just laying in bed and seeing the same thing for 3 weeks and just being in pain and having no relief and no social life, no fresh air, doing nothing. It has made me mentally insane, and I found myself like crying like 4 times a day for like no reason at all. So anyway, it's a little bit of a bummer, but I'm gonna end it at that. I filmed this on my phone because I tried to film it on my regular cam and I knocked it over and it hit me in the head, and now I probably am dying from a concussion. So there you go. Anyway, the next time you see me, you're gonna see some horror games. So I'll see you soon with more with horror games. Okay? Peace.